just of what to expect. This is how it should load, except for that I've stretched the screen. You can drag the borders of the window if you want, or just use the maximizer or what have you. Anyhow, there's a few things to quickly go over. First, you can see whatever your frame counter is. I'm recording video, so that's a bit lower right now. The EV is the engine version. I'm only putting that there so Matt can keep track of anything that I might spot. That's the actual nuclear fusion current engine version turn stream. Joystick value used to actually be one of the inputs, but after a small bug I found in the nuclear fusion get joystick number, I had to search for them by name. So right now it's just populating the name of the joystick that's attached. And this DP here is the dot product, which we're going to see in a minute. Anyhow, your normal keys, the A, WSD, and also the QE for rotation on the Z-axis, those can fly the ship, or you can use your joystick. And I'm going to be using my joystick for this because it's also a little quieter than the hidden keys on the keyboard, because the mic is actually built right into the keyboard. X button on the keyboard will bring the ship to a complete stop. R will reset everything, but it doesn't necessarily always do a good job of that. You might still be lost when done. You can use the V, which I'm going to push right now. That will unlock the camera and allow you to mouse look. Pushing V gives your mouse back to the system. Space, if you push the space bar, which I'm going to do now, it mounts the camera behind, slightly up in line with the sensor array on the ship. And this is a good view for piloting the ship. If you push V here, you're a passenger on board looking around. We're going to come back to that in a bit. Now, there's another function that I'm going to push space again. V. I'm actually now not attached to the ship. What I'm going to do here is this next part, if you'll see, the lock here, where it says the space mounts the camera ship, but unmounted, which we are now, you can hold the plus button on your main keyboard, and that will start the ship to point to the camera, and the ship will eventually keep trying to point to the camera. So I'm going to hide this now, and right now I'm pushing the plus button on the keyboard. And you see the dot product is showing a lower number, around 0.5, which means it was started out almost perpendicular to the camera position. And it's applying just a little bit of force to the ship. And it looks like it's got a good swing going. But it'll correct that. You see it'll swing a little bit past. It'll detect that and swing it back. And you should have this in a couple of seconds because it's a large ship, has a fair amount of mass. It'll eventually course correct and dial right in. Now obviously lighter things with a little bit lighter force, that happens extremely fast, but it's kind of fun to watch it on a very heavy or big object. So you can see the ship will point at the camera, and once it detects that we're within range, point it exactly enough. Now, as far as the function is concerned, the ship is appointed enough of the camera that it's not going to bother cycling anymore, and it's returned the 5 nines. That's not a normal dot product return, so that helps me test for the fact that somewhere else in the program you might want to detect if something is actually pointing at its target. But we are. So for this moment, let's just take a quick drive with the joystick here. So I'm actually just going to control the ship with the joystick from the outside, which is kind of fun. Some of you haven't seen these rocks yet either, the asteroids. So we're going to go on a little drive in there. Now, you got to remember, because I fly model aircraft, and the joystick setup for basic joystick use or arcade use is not compatible with how I want to fly this. My remote control airplane pilot brain is telling me to use the sticks one way, and the game brain is telling me to use it a different way. So I might come up with a little function later, allow people to map those. But as you can see, you can very easily drive the ship with a joystick. Now what's really funny is if you were to press the space bar, we're now actually mounted on the ship. It allows targeting and lining up for impact on asteroids or avoiding them much easier. And actually, let's drive right up along the asteroids here. Here. Now, if you hit one of those asteroids, which we're going to get this nice fast spinning one, here. You probably knocked any further off than you if we were spinning crazily, you just have to push the X key, and that's X key in golf courses. Another neat thing. Just put it up here. If you push the unlock camera mouse view while mounted to the ship, you can actually sort of like a passenger look around. This can be handy with the bearings as well. So just see that the view is still staying relative to the ship, but I can look around and see the passenger. It worked better than expected, so it's going to lock that. Now we're going to go on the fly back. So you guys can see the asteroid bits now. These were those 9 meshes, somewhat randomized in scale and speed and physics properties. And then each got randomization applied to their momentum and their velocity. So they're all rotating at different rates. Some of them quite fast. First trip here, sure. If you hit them, you are going faster. Pure physics. You weigh 10 tons. That rock in the dazzle. So it's going to bump you like what just happened there. Now, I haven't got Skybox sent in on the camera yet, because it's still some glitches in the physics. But other than that, it's Skybox decided to be much bigger, which I can do later with some handy tricks. But you can go flying right through. Oop, got notes for that. You've got pretty good shields right now. You can't actually hurt your ship. And I'll put some visual shields up later. You can push the back arrow if you want to be further behind your ship. By all means, if you want to look at your ship on a different angle, it's entirely up to you. I will warn you, if you get queasy or motion sickness, it's true motion. If you put your camera too far behind your ship, some of you guys might get a feeling of motion sickness. So just be careful of that. And remember, like asteroids, it's true physics. If you build up momentum in one way until it's exhausted, or until you bang into something, or until the linear factors are set up or reached, you'll keep moving in that direction until the damping. So it's about all there is right now. Later I'll have some objectives. Here's an example. You think you're turning, but you're actually just sliding. Anyhow, that's it. Later I'll have some mining equipment or something like that at that. Just that'll be a quick video. Good from there. Camera. Now this way might make the ship look interesting, but it's going to be hard for me to tell if I'm lined up on an asteroid field or not. But if we are, it might look pretty impressive. And I think we're about to have a look. Now, there is a shield boundary around the ship, and that's why it appeared to hit much sooner than it did. But anyhow, that's what you can have to look forward with the current build that's up. Hope you like it, you have fun, and I'm going to work on this a little bit later this afternoon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.